All right, let's get to the mail because we got a lot of mail this week. Actually, no, we got some interesting stuff. So, okay, so the mailbag starts off with, okay, this is from Sean Tijarina. Subject: What's up with Meltzer? What up, Conan Disco? Labor Day week in Chicago. Meltzer did a Q&A that my buddy wanted to go to. Meet and greet happened before the Q&A. I asked him when he would be back on K100. He told me that he most likely will never do the podcast again. Interesting. Well, what is his issue? I'd like to see D.I. and Meltzer discuss or debate some of the things that have been going on in wrestling. Thanks for all that you've done throughout the years. Longtime fan, Sean. Dave, I guess Dave does not like it. I take shots at him on Twitter sometimes, some things, but categorically about things he says sometimes. And I don't think he likes that. And I'm bringing I'm bro, we're completely respectful to guests here. Like, I don't know why he wouldn't want to come on again. He's been on the show multiple times. It's been fine. You know, but it's like if he literally doesn't want to come on the show because we disagree about stuff, that's not a good look for him. He should come on our show. We have a very influential podcast. We have a decent amount of listeners to this.
Right. And
he's one of the more influential voices in professional wrestling. And there's some things that I'd like to discuss it. Like why is he down on a guy like Cross? You know, I'd like to discuss that with him. You know, why are you giving? You know, why do you think the work is this great these days? Like, you're giving unprecedented things during a period of time where I think the work looks kind of phony with the thigh slapping and stuff. It's like I would want to discuss that with him. But I don't know why he doesn't want to. You know, I guess he just does not want to come on the show because he thinks we're you know, maybe I'm toxic. I know him and Conan are still friends, but like I don't think he wants to confront me on this. And I say, well, why? I'm not disrespectful or anything. I'm always very respectful to our guests, regardless of what I say or, you know, stuff. When they come on, it's like, let's have a respectful discussion. So I don't know. You know, if you don't want to come on the show, you don't want to come on the show. And that's just another long list of the dirt sheet guys that will not come, that will say, that will put their positions out there and will not confront a contrarian opinion to debate it. And it's a pattern in this community of the dirt sheet guys, and the fans are noticing it. You know, could come under. Don't always just do friendly fire, friendly questions, have people on and just discuss stuff with everybody that agrees with you all the time, because that's not healthy for the wrestling business. When there's stuff that, like, notable people that have knowledge in this business, that have been experienced in this business, will disagree with some of the stuff you're saying and would like to debate your thoughts, and you won't debate them with us. So, you know, and like the fans can see this and see that they're not willing to debate. And I'm like, I think it's problematic. And I think they should debate. There should be more healthy discussions in this community of people that disagree with each other. And it's like we're not seeing that. And it's mostly from one side, because we're very willing to debate anybody that has a contrarian opinion that disagrees with us. And the other side is like, they're not debating. So it's like, whatever, you know. So what do you think about that, Conan?
But what is it that the guy said that he asked Meltzer? Meltzer said, "I'm never going on that show." Is that what he said?
Yes.
He told me most likely he will never do the podcast again. That's what the guy said he told him.
Well, look, Meltzer and I have had like a 30-year friendship, and he was kind of like an indirect teacher to me. And I'll tell you why. Because when I broke into the business, I wasn't smart. I didn't grow up, wanting to be a wrestler.
Smart market wrestler. You weren't a fan, right? You just got into it, right? Yeah.
Right. So I didn't know what the was going on. So I really learned a lot about history and the business through The Observer. And he used to come on the show a lot, and so did Brian Alvarez. But then, just like Cody and Tony, they have issues with disco and won't come on the show. And they'll do it if it's just me, right? But I disagree with ignoring people or not having civil discourse, because I think since you don't agree with me, I'm just not going to talk to you. That's become a societal, governmental, and now a wrestling problem. Right. And that's no good. You don't get anywhere with that. And I actually told Dave, because the other day I said, "Are you going to come on the show or not?" I told you, "Have we ever disrespected or ambushed you?" I go, disco. Just come on the show and speak your mind. If you disagree with him, just like you defend yourself on Twitter, tell him what you think. And he's all mad because I guess, and I didn't really ask specifics. I guess you said something about him and Triple H thinking differently, and he said we actually agree on what he said. I don't know.
So we can talk about that. It's like,
right. But you can't talk if you don't come on the show. Right.
Right, exactly.
So, and at the end of the day, it's like this, bro. All of us can share our thoughts on social media with the world. But when you do that, you allow others to like form opinions, which may be critical or negative. And expecting universal acceptance of everything you say or do is stupid and naive. Everybody ain't gonna like or agree with you, with your point of view. You don't block them or cancel them unless they're being rude. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand that mindset. Does not jibe with what I'm about.
Right. Can I interject something here, Di? Because we mentioned guys who haven't been able to come on the show or don't want to, and we've talked before about MJF, who at one point wasn't able to come on the show. But I saw a clip of him today where he actually comments on you, Conan. Would you like to see it?
Let's hear it, yeah.
It's about 2 minutes.
Boy, Joe's on top of things today here. He's segued into that, Conan?
For a change.
Yeah, I like this new Joe. Go ahead.
Keep going.
This is the guy who won this. Pause.
Who the is this guy?
That's the guy from Barstool. That's the guy I was talking to you about that we should have on the show. We'll get him on eventually. I thought he quit. I thought he quit this podcast. I heard that this podcast, but he's doing it again. So but this guy is a college football aficionado too. He calls himself the best college football handicapper in the world, supposedly. So okay, go ahead.
So can I speak on that?
Yeah.
So this is my problem. No. This is my problem. And again, for the most part, a majority of the list, I actually thought it was excellent, and I agreed with a lot of the standpoints. And I even tweeted it. I said, good job. My problem with wrestling Twitter is it's not real life. You guys will put people over on there that are legitimately garbage at wrestling, aren't good at talking, are good at nothing, but they post, like, funny videos or something online. You're like, that's the guy. Someone sign him, right? It's stupid. And then there's the other flip side where it's like, you need to be watching New Japan, you need to be watching AAA because this guy, or you need to watch CML because this guy, and then I'll watch it in full, not just a clip. You guys are watching clips and being like, this guy's one of the top 10 wrestlers in the world. Is he? Watch the whole match. And then with eye contact, not through a phone, with eye contact, tell me that they're better than me. Because they're not. Because nobody is. Because literally nobody on the planet is better than me in the ring or on the microphone. And that's a fact. Now, there are certain people I'm fine with being ahead of me because they actually earned it and they're actually that talented. I don't know who El Hijo del whatever the is. And neither do you, and neither does anyone in this room, and I bet you neither does a majority of the people online that are going, man, that guy slaps. You've never seen one of his matches. You've seen clips of him doing dives. You've never seen a full match of his. He's a great guy, though. And if he works for Conan, I take back everything I said. I like him because me and K-Dog are cool.
There you go.
I think it's talking about you do a Fantasma there, right? So yeah.
I think they were talking about the PWI ranking.
Yeah, is that what he's talking about?
I think so.
There. All right. Well, interesting. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, MJ.
I would like to get him on this podcast
for sure,
if he can, for sure, because we'd have a good discussion. Because I'm sure we probably share very similar views. You know,
depends on if he can.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to not train him, but I'd like to, I'd like to give him some advice. I think the fact that Cross has been elevated to the point he is on the card at WWE, that people should, like, if you're in the business, like when I train people in the business, I tell people, it's like, I'm not going to teach you like how to get over. I'm going to teach you how to get hired and pushed, because I know how to feed. I know things that feed into the people and the likes of the people that run wrestling. Like, I know what Don Callis likes. I know what Jeff Jarrett likes. I know what Conan likes. I know, stuff like these are the skills that you need to do to impress these guys. So they're going to teach you. They're going to get you over and get you to the top. Which is like things I teach. And I think I have a pretty good track record in teaching people that with that have been successful. So. I don't know. And then people just like to bury their jobber, enhancement talent, just all that. But they have no clue, like, conversations I would have with professional wrestlers and telling them things, and they would just, it's like I said, like I never learned anything in the business from working with Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara. It's like I learned working with Dutch and Jeff, because there were territory guys who've been in the business, and they just would tell me things that I never would have thought of. It's like, because I've never been a territory guy, like creatively, like me and Russo would be on the same page creatively, like angles and stuff. But that's just creativity. But gaining knowledge of how this business works, it's like you learn from the guys that have been doing it for years. I've been in it 30 years now. You know, and I would think that people like me and Conan, like everybody listens to the show. We give good takes and good advice. You know, so it's like I'd like to get I would like to get more prominent wrestlers on this podcast and talk with them and just give them things that maybe they haven't thought of before, and that to like help them get over like the things that I see in them and stuff. So whatever. It's like you can't discount that. You know. Well, what do you think about that, Conan? Like, I think we bring a lot to the table here. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think you could do something with Joe, like if he was like
Joe's can't work. No, Joe. Joe is our Conrad.
If he teamed up with Luigi, the pizza guy, but he was the cheesesteak guy, and they had like a feud
that would
over a corner, cart.
That might get over in Philly.
Conan. People liked
definitely get over in Delco because
on our YouTube channel, people were impressed with the fact that we booked an angle with the pizza guy. Like we could just book it like he's delivering pizza to the ring.
Right.
You know, maybe somebody didn't pay him. He owes somebody for the pizza to get it. So like, yeah.
I think he's hilarious.
He is, but it's like
he's getting a lot of heat, but I think he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, just so you guys know, because I'm trying to win Conan over today. You're
not gonna win me over today or any day, dude.
Well,
for you to win me over, you'd have to go on a long streak, and that means years of doing things correctly, not every now and then. But go ahead.
Well, I did just immediately DM MJF to see if he could come on the show. So hopefully that gets me some points.
Interesting.
Well,
interesting.
Bravo.
Yeah, if he does that guy, he does the Barstool guy. Why would he not want to do our show? You know,
can he?
He's not gonna learn anything
because we haven't asked
learn
him.
anything from that Barstool guy.
Yeah, he'd be great here, bro. You love him. Bro. You know? MJF's one of my favorite guys. He's one of my favorite guys in the business. He's hilarious.
Yeah, you can tell he's young. He likes sports.
Right.
He likes girls.
He's very outspoken. He's funny.
Yeah,
exactly, he don't give a.
Right. He recorded, I think, the best drop I've ever had someone record in person. It was tremendous.
Oh, he has a drop on the show?
It was years ago at MLW, yeah.